Okay, so today we have the B-52's and Give Me Back My Man. We have a performance here as well. I've reacted to a few B-52's songs now, and this one has always been requested, and here we finally go. I guess that's all I got to say at the top, so let's get into it, talk about it after. B-52's Give Me Back My Man. Intriguing title. Let's go. Oh, very post-punk.
She cuts her hair and calls his name, wishing everything could be the same, like when she had
Got
it.
control.
I'll give you fish, I'll give you candy, I'll give you everything I have ever
Ah, gracious.
Walking out of Corvettes, package in her hand. Motions to all the seabirds, like divinity on the
Lord.
sands. I'll give you fish,
Ah,
I'll give you candy, I'll give you everything I have.
what a presence. Oh.
Heads in a whirlpool,
Almost spooky.
round and round. If she don't get a man back, she's gonna drown. I'll give you fish, I'll give you candy, I'll give you her man's the thing about him in my head. I'll give you fish, I'll give you candy, I'll give you everything I have in my head. I'll give you fish, I'll give you candy, I'll give you everything I have in my head. I'll give you fish, I'll give you candy, I'll give you everything I have in my head.
Goodness gracious. So there it is, B-52's and Give Me Back My Man. I mean, I gotta say off the top, I know these guys, they had three, or they are still going. I believe they're on their last tour. I don't know if it's done yet or not. But I do know as well they just performed on Saturday Night Live for the 50th year anniversary. Either way, I just had to say that off the top too. But Cindy Wilson, Kate Pearson, Fred Schneider, all great singers. And, I would say Kate Pearson's voice is more of a clear voice compared to like Cindy's voice, which is more gritty. And Fred's voice, I mean, goddamn, I love his fun, what he does with his vocals. And anyway, so they have three great singers, but Cindy, this was her moment here. And I like how the band, I mean, I don't think anyone's really even doing backing vocals. I mean, maybe behind uh, in the song there in the studio or whatever, when they were shouting, "Give me back my man," whatever. But this is Cindy all over. And I love how the band just supports her during this role, and how she's just, I mean, the whole spotlight is on her. Of course, the voice is what you take away the most. But I will say as well, just before I get to Cindy, this had such big post-punk vibes. I mean, I said it off the top, and the genre listed on Wikipedia is post-punk and new wave as well, which of course they are a new wave band too. But yeah, and whenever I hear a post-punk band, something like this, the first people that come to mind is Joy Division. I mean, and as well here, I don't know if I've ever made the connection before, because this feels like a bit of a detour for the B-52s, and I'm not the biggest B-52s, guy, so maybe I'm talking out of my butt, but at the same point, this feels like they went to a more of a serious turn. But at the same point, I have read that the song is a little bit humorous in what it's about. But at the same point, it's hard to find it humorous, and it's hard to, say, oh, that's funny. Or maybe, of course, I would say there is tongue-in-cheek, but the way that Cindy belts out these lyrics, you feel bad for her. She's going through something terrible. And yeah, it's just heartbreaking in that way. But like I was going to say, the guitar here reminds me of something from Bernard Sumner. I mean, my God, Ricky Wilson, of course, one of the most underrated, I mean, my goodness, get on my soapbox, but one of the most underrated guitarists there ever was, died way too soon, just at 32 years old. Shares a birthday with me, which I like a lot. And not the same year, though. But at the same point, yes, very different tunings. His unique tunings, I believe, is what he's best remembered for, and just that innovative style that he brought to the table. And I just love how noticeable he is here. I mean, again, it reminds me of post-punk, and his layering, his tone is a big point of that. And I liked in the performance too, because of course Cindy and him were brother and sister, our brother and sister, whatever you want to say. And how she would look over her shoulder a couple times, and she would just look back at him. I don't know if that was just, I don't know, just for presence or whatever it was. But at the same point, I just find that very nice. I find it very cool, and to be in a big band with your brother, and or to be in it with your sister, and because again, there's so many bands that come to mind. One of my favorite, Oasis. I mean, the Gallaghers hated each other forever. You think of the Kinks, Ray and Dave didn't always get along, but with Cindy and Ricky, they did, and. Again, Ricky passed way too soon. But either way, yeah, his guitar work, I mean, I believe he said it once, or somebody talked about his guitar work in the band, that it almost sounded like two different guitars at the same time because of the way he tuned it, and that's what he liked a lot. And yeah, and I just show it off here again. And the smoke coming up around him too. Fuck, I love Ricky Wilson so much. Anyway, Keith Strickland. I forgot how hot he was back in these days. His face card, Jesus Christ. And but again, his drumming. And I don't know if I've said this before, but it reminds me of Stephen Morris from Joy Division once again. I hate to say it, but I mean, that's what came to mind. And I hate to say it because I hate comparing people. I know some people don't like that. But yeah, just its militaristic, almost like style. And I say militaristic just in the way that it's so straightforward. There's that echo on it that reminds me of Stephen Morris as well. And just, I don't know, very fast, very quick. It reminded me of Morris so much. And at the same point, it's just, he's the backbone of the song. And he's just, I mean, he's doing this kind of repetitive, same kind of thing. And the face on him, he seems like he doesn't want to be there at all, which I just find fascinating, but also funny. And of course, I would say they're also, probably actually not playing their instruments here for this live thing. But yeah, anyway, he was hot as hell. And his drumming, again, very quick and very kind of, to the point. And then, of course, Kate Pearson on the keyboards here, too, very moving in their own way, too. And yeah, the bellowing kind of percussion, I want to say, at points as well. And you had Fred there with a tambourine, I do believe, jumping around. Cindy's dancing was on top notch as well, if I could talk. Everyone was dancing too and moving around, except for Keith, I would say, and Ricky, maybe some too. He didn't dance too much around, but Fred, Kate, and Cindy, the usual three vocalists, were going ham here. And you can't help but not move when you listen to the B-52's, whether it's a more serious song like this, or a song like Rock Lobster or Private Idaho or whatever it is. And I've come to love the B-52s. I mean, my God, they just have such a fun style, such a purity to them. And Cindy, I don't think I even really talked about Cindy yet, but yes, her youthful voice here. I do believe she was the youngest member of the band, I want to say, but I really just shines through here. Her vocals are so youthful. Like I said, they're gritty in their own way, almost childlike, I want to say, especially when she would do her ooh, that kind of a thing. The way she would hold on to her notes, the way she would hold on to a word. And like I said, she had so much control with that too. Her passion here, she's emotive as hell. It's a heartbreaking song. She's delivering it in a heartbreaking way. I loved her vocals so much here. It just reached inside you and just grabbed and twisted your heart out. I mean, my God. Anyway, and she looked, I mean, as well, cute as hell too. I mean, I talk about Keith being hot, but I mean, Cindy's hypnotizing as well. So anyway, I guess I'll move on to these lyrics now. I forgot to talk about Cindy. I don't think I did until then. So anyway, there you go. So there is a little about on the song. Now I want to say, like I said off the top or somewhere around there, I've heard the song is kind of humorous. I was looking at songfacts.com as well, because I always, I talk about what the hell a song's about. And on songfacts.com, they just talk about the humorous song was long rumored to be about a woman whose boyfriend was eaten by a shark. And it says that they talked to Cindy Wilson, I guess songfacts.com did, and they talked about that with her. She offered another possibility where she said, or maybe he was flushed down the toilet. So I mean, again, I guess they have a sense of humor about the song, but still, Cindy just, puts her whole heart into it, for these lyrics. And yeah, and again, the whole bio here on genius.com, again, just talks about how, her boyfriend was drowned or at the bottom of the ocean or whatever it was, maybe was eaten by a shark, and she's asking for the help of these seabirds and anybody really to find her man or give him back anyway. So let's go into these lyrics. And I guess maybe these lyrics aren't supposed to be taken very seriously in a way, and they're not supposed to be too deep. It's more about the sound maybe, and more about, again, Cindy's fucking vocals. But here we go. She cuts her hair and you call his name, wishing everything could be the same like when she had him. So of course she's missing this guy, whoever, which I guess is her boyfriend, her ex-boyfriend now, maybe her widow anyway. I'll give you fish, I'll give you candy, I'll give you everything I have in my hand. That's such a B-52's line. I mean, my God, I'll give you fish and candy. And the way she delivers it, again, it can't go, just, I'll give you fish, I'll give you candy. So weird, but again, so B-52's, and the way that Cindy delivers it, it just breaks your heart once again. I mean, nobody else could really give you the feeling she does for it, unless it was Kate, maybe, or Fred. I'll give you everything I have in my hand. Everything really, or maybe not even what's in her hand, just everything I have just to get my man back. So then we have the second verse here. Walking out of Corvettes. And Corvette, I know is a car, but I guess Corvettes, as I'm looking here, there's an annotation on genius.com. Apparently it was some kind of store, I guess. Either a U.S. discount department store chain that actually, as it says here, went out of business in 1980 when the song was released. So that's fun. You think it might help, but it did not. Package in her hand, motions to all the seabirds, throws divinity on the sand. And then there's another annotation here for divinity is a nougat-like confection made from egg white, corn syrup, and sugar. So apparently, I mean, you would say she has something she's trying to give to the birds to say again, please go find my man. He's in the ocean or whatever, I guess. But I don't know if those birds are going to go underwater. Goddamn. And then the chorus again, I'll give you fish. I love her. What would you say? Her pausing or just her melody? I don't know. It's addicting in that way too. I'll give you candy. I'll give you everything I have in my hand. And then her voice just soars. I mean, holy moly. And the bridge, give me back my man. And I just love the give me. Again, just her style is just great. And then the third verse, heads in a whirlpool. I would say yes. I mean, the previous verses have shown that. Spinning round and round. If she don't get her man back, she's going to drown. Again, maybe she's going to drown by her own hand because she wants her man so bad, or maybe she's just going to drown trying to find him. So that comes to mind too. And then the chorus comes in again, I'll give you fish. And it says, watch that motorboat. I'll give you candy. She's in the motorboat. My goodness. I'll give you everything I have in my hand. Her man's at the bottom of, give her back her man. So maybe now she's in a motorboat, I guess, trying to find her man again, trying to find any glimpse of him, or trying to find it. Maybe his shorts fell off. Goddamn. And then the bridge, give her back her man. And that's just repeated on there. And then that chorus for the end of it. I'll give you fish. I'll give you candy. I'll give you everything I have in my hand. So again, I mean, I feel like that's probably what it is about. I have seen different interpretations of the song. But of course, she's trying to find her man. She wants her man back no matter what. At one point, I was thinking, is she talking about like, her man has moved on with another girl or what? But no, I would say he's at the bottom of the ocean or something. And the ocean has to come into play. We're talking about the B-52's here. B-52's here, for goodness sakes. And it just, I mean, it's them all over. What can you say? Even though, like I said, it does feel a bit like a detour from their usual, maybe more fun, upbeat stuff. Because, I don't know, there's just that haunting feel. I did say at one point it almost felt spooky just with her delivery of a few lines and just these lyrics in a way. Because, I mean, goddamn, she's going to drown and, talking about drowning. That's not fun. Good Lord. So anyway, I like where they went with this, and I will say this has to be one of my favorite songs I've reacted to this year. Her voice just breaks me. I love it so much, and Ricky's guitar is just so good too. And like I said, that militaristic kind of drumming style. I say militaristic, because straightforward, whatever you want to say, style from Keith is great too. Great keyboards, and Fred's jumping around greatly too. And my God. So anyway, I guess that's all I gotta say. So thanks for watching. Thanks for liking, subscribing, commenting. I've been waiting to get to the song for a while because this video has been in my recommended, but I said, no, I'll do a video. Finally, here we are, and I loved it a lot. So thanks for everything, all the support. I'll talk to you guys again soon.